3 years now, three very different challenges going into each season. What's different about this year to you?
Every year's different. You know, it's my 13th year as a head coach, so every year has a unique challenge. I think this year, what's exciting to me is we return, 6 really important pieces that have been with us, 1 or 2 years now. And that 10 years ago, that might not sound like a lot, but in today's climate, to have that continuity, to have guys that have played meaningful minutes for you, it makes practice, made the summer a lot more fun. It's made practice more fun for me. And those relationships are deeper. And then I think we added a number of pieces that can really impact our program. And so you look up and down the roster, and it's all guys that we built relationships with for a long time in recruiting before we coached them. And that has a little bit different of a feel, too.
We'll get to recruiting in a little bit because there's been so much talk about that. But as far as retaining players, like you mentioned, that's so different in college basketball right now. Why do you think that guys are saying, I want to come back and play for UC?
Well, I think we're, number one, this is a great institution. It's a great place for student athletes. This is a great community for all of us, but specifically for young people. So I think people like being here. I think our players, they don't just enjoy playing at Cincinnati. They enjoy going to UC. They enjoy living in this community. So that's always going to help us, too. They enjoy the support from the fan base, not just in Fifth Third, but, walking around town, walking around campus. I think that we're building a culture, a day-to-day approach that I think our guys have a lot of pride in. It's not easy. It's not for everybody. But I think they feel a part of it, and they want to continue to be a part of it. Retention is incredibly important now because it really helps you separate from others. But you got to retain the right guys, and we have a lot of the right guys in our program right now, and we got to continue to retain them year after year, and I think we really can build something special.
A lot of building is, like you said, it's about these players. Managing the modern student athlete, I'd imagine, is different than it was 13 years ago when you first started as a head coach. With all of the NIL and mental health being such on the forefront, what do you do differently now that maybe you didn't do at the beginning of your career?
Yeah, our society's different than it was a decade or two ago. And the main thing, young people are still young people. They still want to be held to an incredibly high standard. They want to be cared about. They want to be taught. They want to learn. They want to compete. They want to achieve great things. I mean, that's how it was when I played amongst my teammates. That's how it's been throughout my entire coaching career, and that's certainly how it still is today. I think the biggest difference in today's student athlete and their experience is there's just so much more around them. And I don't mean just around them in their physical lives. I mean virtually, right? I mean, they look at their phones, and the whole world is legitimately, it's not a cliche, it's at their fingertips. And that's great in so many ways. I'm not one of these people that is so negative on, the modern society, but it does create so many more challenges. They deal with so much more than we dealt with on a day-to-day basis. And I think it is so important that we're attentive to their mental health. I'm very proud of what our athletic department has done. I mean, give John Cunningham a ton of credit. He's bolstered our mental health programs here within the athletic department for our student athletes. Lanisha Nichols, who heads up that department, has done a terrific job in the time that she's been here. So we're highly invested in that, but it's really important. Again, not because kids have changed, they just deal with so much more than we dealt with, back in my playing days. And I'm proud that I'm at a place that understands that and gives kids the resources to deal with it.
There's the old cliche that a college coach is so much more than just a coach of basketball for these young men. I've heard from some of the players that you'll get coffee with them, you'll get to know them a little bit. When did you start doing that, and what do these, I call them coffee dates, entail?
Yeah, they don't all drink coffee. David DeJulius drank coffee, so him and I'd get coffee together. And John Newman, he'll drink tea and does all kind of healthy stuff. But no, I think one of the things that I really, really enjoy about coaching, and coaching is a lot more than just coaching practice and coaching games. In fact, even though we love that part of it as coaches, it's a very small fraction of what we do on a day-to-day basis. One of the things that I also love about coaching is those interpersonal relationships that you develop with young people. Selfishly, it makes you feel young. I tell people all the time, I'm 40 years old. I don't feel 40, but it's because I'm around young people all day, every day, and they give you energy and youthful energy. So I enjoy that part of it. I enjoy getting to know these guys. It is an important part of being able to coach kids, especially now. I think players want to feel and know that you care about them. To do that, you have to have great relationships with them. But it's not always strategic as much as I really do enjoy the part of building relationships with our players and continuing those relationships as they go on in their lives. And I'm proud now after, 13 years, it's not just the guys I'm coaching. I got a humongous family of former players that have made my life feel meaningful.
There's a lot of freshmen right now that are entering that family that you just spoke of, and a lot of freshmen that the fans are really excited about. One of them is Edan James. His father, NFL star Edan James. How is it different coaching a player like Jizzle, whose father has so much success in athletics?
Coaching's no different. I think Jizzle's given name is Edan James Jr., but he goes by Jizzle. And I think there's two things that I've learned over the last year and a half getting to know him. One, he's very proud that he's the son of Edan James, extremely proud of his father. Number two, he's his own man, and I think that's why he goes by Jizzle, because he wants people to know he's not just a NFL Hall of Famer son. He's a damn good competitor and damn good athlete himself, and he's out to kind of show the world that. So I don't know if coaching him is any different. What I will tell you is the way he was raised the right way by his father. I was very, very, very impressed with the values that have been instilled in Jizzle. His work ethic is different than maybe any freshman I've ever seen. His focus is different than maybe any freshman I've ever seen. And I would imagine there's a family that's responsible for that and coaches that are responsible. But if you get to know his father a little bit, that was driven into him at a very young age.
Another freshman, Rayvon Griffith. It's so many kids' dreams to play for the school they grew up rooting for. I'd imagine that's something that you could relate to. But there's also a downside to that. There's a lot more pressure on a kid like that. What kind of pressure is there playing for the school in your area that you grew up rooting for?
I think with Rayvon, I think we all feel so much love and compassion for him right away because he's a highly, highly recruited, highly rated young player that chose Cincinnati over a bunch of other great choices. And he did that before anybody else did. So I think he'll always have a really special place with me regardless of the other stuff he does, because he kind of started something here with his decision to come here. He kind of put us in recruiting on the national map with a bunch of other prospects that went, oh, wow, Rayvon Griffith's going there, and he's from here. So when he talks to our prospective recruits, when he talked to Jizzle, he doesn't just have a perspective because he chose to come here. He's got a perspective of what it's like to live here. Are there extra pressures of playing in your hometown, playing every day in front of your friends and family? Sure. I mean, I think it'd be wrong of me to not recognize that. Rayvon's been in the spotlight for a really long time, and it's throughout his high school career. He's a really mature young man, and as I mentioned, these kids are used to having those pressures in a much different way at a much younger age than we ever were. So I think we have to recognize that. We have to have some patience. He's still a freshman. He's still learning. But he's a really, really mature freshman, and I think he's prepared to handle everything that's going to come his way.
Speaking of freshmen, I know in a press conference a few weeks ago, you spoke about how freshmen can become sophomores before they're done with their freshman year. Well, what does that mean?
It's just like an old saying, Marshall, that the best thing about coaches, I've always said this, the best thing about freshmen is they become sophomores, and I try to say that in jest with the guys a lot, but I tell them they don't have to wait until they start their sophomore year of school to play like a sophomore, meaning to stop making the mistakes that all freshmen make, because they're going through a transition. And I think we all have to recognize that. We live in this society, we all want it right now. Well, when you put a young player, or any of us, in any kind of transition, there's going to be an adjustment, right? And you want those adjustments to happen as fast as possible. You want freshmen to adjust within a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks. And all good players with talent and the right values and work ethic, they adjust. It takes some longer than others, but they adjust. And what I always say is when they adjust, they start playing like sophomores. And they don't have to wait until they're sophomores to do that. Regardless of how long it takes Jizzle and Rayvon to adjust to college basketball, I know that they're going to be great because they have the right stuff inside and they have a ton of talent and ability. But there will be an adjustment period because that's just a fact of life. When we go through transitions, there's going to be adjustment, and freshmen always deal with that.
How much does it help you that when you were 28 years old, you got thrust into being a Division I head coach? That's young. Helping these young guys who are going through transitions, how much do you lean on that time in your life?
You know, I always say, like, one of the things I was most fortunate, I'm just lucky, fortunate that I got to be a head coach at such a young age, because you talk about adjustments. I mean, I still don't know anything. Gosh, I really didn't know anything at 12, 13 years ago. But I was fortunate because I got to get started figuring out who I am as a coach and how I want to run a program and what I value. I got started at that at a very, very young age, which was just a major benefit for me. But I think we all do this when we're building relationships and trying to help mentor and coach people. We try to relate to them through our own experiences. And certainly I try to do that with our players, whether it's through my experiences playing, through my experiences professionally, or through my experiences coaching other people that are just like them.
Big adjustment this year. It's been coming for a while. Big 12 basketball. It's a gauntlet. How do you prepare the guys differently this year, especially some of these young guys who are going to have to be impact players for the task of a Big 12 schedule?
Yeah, and we just talked about adjustments with freshmen. I mean, we're going to have an adjustment not just as a basketball program, as an institution. We're going into one of the great leagues in college athletics at all sports, and there's no way around it. We're going to have to adjust. I'm proud of what our university's doing. I'm on board of trustees, President Pinto, John Cunningham, all our supporters, our fans. I mean, the support has been overwhelming, but no matter what we do as an department, it's going to take time to adjust to an entirely different level. We're going to do it here collectively, not just here in basketball. But when we talk about basketball, we're going into the best league in the country. It's kind of how I talk about, our freshmen. I want it to be right away. I want us to figure it out right away, and I believe we can. But we will figure it out. There's certain things we just don't know. We haven't played in that league. We don't have players that have played in that league. We don't have coaches that have coached in that league. It's going to take a little time. But I do believe we can figure it out relatively quickly. And I do believe we have a team that can figure it out and can compete week in and week out in the Big 12. One thing we tried to do this offseason and this fall, we've been way more demanding. We've tried to create adversity. We've tried to create difficult situations for our team and try to then get them to overcome those situations. Some of that happens naturally, which is great. Some of it we've edged on as coaches, but we're trying to get a little tougher than we normally would this time of year, because we know there's going to be some difficult times in Big 12 play, and it's not going to be avoiding those difficult times. It's going to be how we respond to them.
Your practices are known to be intense as is. How are you making them even more intense then for this?
Well, number one, we have a group of kids that love to work. They have run to the fire. Like when it gets hard and it gets trying, they like it. They don't look like they like it all the time, but deep down they relish that, and that makes it fun. But no, we've stirred it up a little bit more than I probably ever have this time of year. We had our first scrimmage against another opponent last weekend. That's very early to do that, but we wanted to try to get to some real stuff earlier so we have more time to address it. But yeah, we've thought deeply about what we have ahead, and we've tried to prepare as much as we can for it. But when you're going through a massive transition, there's certain things you can't prepare for, and we recognize that as well. Understanding
the unknowns, but also knowing what you have in this building, what does a successful year look like?
Well, I think we coach at Cincinnati. I've said this since the day I got here. I mean, when you coach at Cincinnati, the bottom line standard is to play in the NCAA tournament. I recognize that as much as the next guy. So, I mean, I think we have to compete to be an NCAA tournament team every single year. That standard has been set here long before I got here. There's all kinds of little results that you're looking for throughout the year. I don't get too much into that. What I really want to do is, number one, I want our guys to develop into pros. Like, I want our program to develop pros. I want to compete to win national championships, right? And I want to make sure we're getting an education. I mean, that is the goal every year, every day that you're coming in. Now, if we focus on all that every second, we're not focusing on what matters most, which is getting better right now. And I do believe that if we just maximize what we can do today and we just focus on our growth today, we're going to reach those goals. Again, is it this year, is it next year? I don't know. We're going to reach those goals. But I do think if you want a direct answer, which you asked a direct question, bottom line, this is Cincinnati basketball. We should be playing in the NCAA tournament and doing a lot more than that. And I think it's not going to be easy, but I think we have an opportunity to do that this year with our team and playing in a league where every night you play a game that helps build your resume for the NCAA tournament.